the team is a little bit leaner than it has been in the past, and that's commonplace right now across talent acquisition teams all across the industry. As teams are getting leaner, they're getting more efficient. They're, to your point, focusing more on upskilling everybody to be more generalist than specialist, so you can cover more ground with a leaner team. How do you think that plays into the amount you need to invest into hiring managers to make them an extension of your team, right? As a leaner team, naturally you might feel a little bit more under-resourced or, not have as much capacity as you used to have. And therefore I could see it being really important to bring hiring managers. Like, you need them to be part of the process to accomplish all the things that you want. Do you see it in a similar way?
Yes, I do. I think I've listened to some of the other awesome podcasts you have, and in terms of they take the hiring manager on a journey, right? And the hiring teams. I think it's a challenge of in terms of the pressure that's on the business in terms of just pushing the direction forward, but also being still accountable for recruitment as a hiring manager and a hiring team. I think sometimes that's difficult to balance, and I think that's probably something we're looking at in the future a lot more. I've heard some great stories about kind of hiring team members that are really, really part of the hardcore recruitment cycle. With us, they are, but it's once they kind of are in the process, in the workflow. It's not yet the pre-side. Okay, we have now requisition. Let's get everybody on board from the hiring manager side or hiring team side. It's really once we already get going. So that's kind of the next step. Is okay. Let's get the hiring teams involved earlier on, and be very creative about that as well. But again, we're working with different time zones, so sometimes that means that if we do these things, we do have to hit different sessions if we would have kind of sessions about these things. So but definitely in the kind of in the scope for 2024. And of course there's more and more interest as well from the hiring managers. We've seen a real shift in terms of how involved they are in the process. So it's also coming from them now, and I think that's the cool thing. They're saying and they're giving us a lot more feedback about okay, why this candidate may not be so much aligned to the role at the moment, but could be in the future. So our talent pool pipeline is actually huge now, and all because of that kind of feedback from the hiring managers. So that's probably a little bit of a different thing that we are doing to maybe some other organizations. So for example, last week I had 2 roles open. They already filled by people from in the talent pool, candidates from within the talent pool. So we don't really have to do anything. Just send out the offer and here they go. But that's because of that kind of collaboration more with the hiring manager a lot quicker. Yeah.